Welcome back, guys. So this is my 2002 Suzuki GSX 750 Inazuma that I have owned since new, and I've rebuilt it a number of times. And some of you may have seen the video of this bike during construction, a few photographs of it, etc. And I've built it in a number of different configurations, and this is the latest one. And as I say, you might have seen that video on my channel already. However, there's one issue that continues to just niggle at me a bit, and it is in regards to the exhaust. And I really like the shape of the stock headers and the way the collector box is at the bottom there. I like all that, and I like the Bandit 600 link pipe that I have as well. And I also like this stainless steel exhaust canister that I have on it too. It doesn't really show in this video, but I'd love it to be a slight bit longer, the canister. It's only about 300 millimeters in length, and doesn't really maybe show on this video, but I would love it to be fractionally longer. Okay, so here's my 2001 ZRX 1200R. I've got two of these bikes, and this is the 2001 bike that you have also seen photographs and a video of. And it has this one. The other one has a Kirker pipe, but this one here has a Black Widow pipe on it, and it has this carbon fiber exhaust canister on it. Now it looks longer in the photograph, on the video, than it is in reality, but this one is only about 340 millimeters in length from there to there. And I really like that exhaust canister, and I wanted one for my Suzuki, so I finally managed to track one down, and I'm going to fit it to the Suzuki and let you see what it looks like on it. So I'll just stick up some photographs of this canister laid out and let you see everything that you get with it, and take it from there. Right, we'll take the springs off first, and then undo that bolt. You'll have seen in a previous video, I made an adapter piece for that, and that should all transfer over to the other bike. You'll have seen in the photographs that you get a choice of two different exhaust brackets, hanger brackets, and you get a carbon fiber one, and you get a stainless steel one, and you can whichever suits you, but that's as easy as it comes off as that. Okay, right, I'll put the other one on and see what it's like. Okay, so here's the two exhaust canisters sitting side by side. This is the one that I've just removed from the bike, the Kawasaki, and this is the brand new one. And as you can see, there's virtually, I'll move this around here. What would there be? Like between the end of that and that, but maybe 10 mil of a difference or so in them. So anyway, I'm going to move this one here to the Suzuki Inazuma. This is the one I just took off the Kawasaki, and put this one on the Kawasaki. And here's the two adapters. I'll move this back a wee bit. Here's the two adapters. This is the one that you may remember in one of the videos that you seen me make. This one, and then this is the one that came with that. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference in the overall length of them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to retain my the one that I made and pair it up with the new canister, because of the position of where the hooks are welded onto the Black Widow pipe. I want the springs to remain the same. So that the depth of that determines where this exhaust lands, and then this one here, this is the one that the new one. This is the one here that I'll pair up with the original exhaust canister that I'm going to put onto the Suzuki. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's fit this brand new one onto the Kawasaki first. And as I say, I wanted that so that that position would be correct for my hooks, because you'll also remember in one of the video there was a lot of kind of figuring out to try and get these hooks just, or the length of these springs just right to suit the hooks. So that's it. It's just a matter of then of putting the bracket on, and then we'll turn to the one on the Suzuki. This is just a case of putting this carbon fiber bracket back on. Right, this here, just go on like that, and that's the nut. Just tighten that up, and that's us, ready to rock and roll again. I just want to make sure that that is perfectly right there before I do that. I want it just 100% straight, and then just tighten that up. Okay, so there you go, that's that done. All sorted out, springs on, everything's perfect, that's nice and solid. Just do the Suzuki one and we're done. Okay, so the Suzuki one is next, and we might run into a couple of issues here with this, and that is around this bracket here. Now, as you can see, I'm using a stainless steel bracket, and you get an extra stainless steel bracket with the exhaust that I'm going to be putting on. But if I wanted a carbon fiber one on there to match the canister, I'd have to do something differently here, because the back of this here, I've machined a recess in it to match, fitting over this this bracket. I'll just take that off and let you see. So it'll depend whether I want to have a stainless steel bracket or a carbon fiber bracket, because the carbon fiber bracket is not actually a true carbon fiber bracket, that, because it seems like a sort of like thicker than normal. So I take this off. See that? See the way I have machined that? Can you pick that up okay? I have machined that to recess over that there, you know, both halves of that, so that whenever that goes like that, that recesses over that, you know. Now I could use this bracket here, and I might do it, but oh, I've got to get this off. This is tight here. Might have to. This is a Bandit, Suzuki Bandit 600 link pipe, and it was actually too tight for this exhaust to fit onto, and I actually had to sort of grind it a little bit, file it a little bit to get this here to fit. So I'm hoping the adapter fits there perfectly. Bear with me. Okay, so here's the adapter. Now the thing is, here is another issue. This adapter won't go right down to the end of where I've grinded. That's why I might have to smooth that out a wee bit more, you know. See, I can put that on there, but there's that wee section, just goes on there nice, you know. But I might have to, if I used the other adapter, it would have worked. It would have worked, but then would my springs work on the other one? They might actually. If I stretched them that extra 10 mil, I could maybe put the other adapter that I made onto this, so that it would be original to the way I actually made it, and put this then onto the Kawasaki, and it would cover that wee bit there, because as you've seen earlier in the video, that was lighter. But as I say, I would just have to stretch my springs that wee bit more, and if I did that, that might work. But then I've still got this issue here with the canister. But as I say, you know, I mean, I could use this and pair it up with it, and that might be pretty nice as well. You know, that would save any issues there. Yeah, might do that, or else use the other one. I've got another one here that has like holes in it around there, so I could do that. Might do that. Okay, look, I'll take that other one off, swap it over, and put the longer adapter on there, and then that'll solve that. All right, these things are all just trial and error, so you're seeing it as I'm doing it, guys. Okay, so I've changed my mind again. I'm not going to do that, because that would mean, like I was showing in one of the previous videos when I was building this bike, if I was to do that, then that would move this exhaust canister 10 millimeters further back, and move, and then the edge of that bracket there would be 10 millimeters closer to the end, or, you know, on down a bit closer to the end, and that would mean that there would be that much smaller. That portion there, you would see that much smaller, and that there that much longer, and I don't really like that. That's why, you know, I have it the way it is, because it's in a better proportion for me, and that's why I kind of, you know, that I remember that's why I made that one there longer, so that exhaust would fit further down onto the exhaust, you know. So I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to smooth that part off on the Bandit 600 link pipe. Okay, so I could I've plugged this here with a cloth, and I could smooth this here with a piece of emery paper and clean it up, and that would be probably, you know, the quickest and easiest way to do it. I could do it like that and smooth that up, but I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to go the extra mile. I'm going to remove this link pipe and take it in and clean it up on the buff. But before you do that, thing you need to know, and you see this center stand here? This center stand springs up and hits against like a rubber bumper here on this bracket. So I'm going to wrap a wee piece of cloth around this wee piece of wood here. It's a bit more than 4.5, 5 inches long. Wrap that around that there, and just put that in there like that, between there and the swinging arm, and that way that's safe. And then I can simply just remove the screw at the bottom here. This is it. This isn't even the correct link pipe for this bike. As I mentioned before, this is from a Bandit 600, and it's perfect because it allows me to fit a canister like this on it. But anyway, there's a wee bolt underneath here. Just a matter of loosening that. I'll get underneath it and do it. Where is it? And then just pull that out. I can find the end of the nut here, the head of the nut. Not let a wee baldy head get in the way, but it's there anyway. Right, so let's see. This here's just pull out easily. And as I say, that's why there you go. See that there? That way that stays there like that, and that doesn't flick up there and damage this torque arm or bang against the swinging arm or anything. It's a matter of cleaning it there up on the buff. Right, so let's try this adapter on now. There you go. Perfect. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering why am I going to all this trouble to change the exhaust on the Suzuki anyway, I just want to show you here the difference in the length of the two of them. So there's the one that was on versus the one that I'm going to put on. Now, bearing in mind that the one that I'm putting on was the original one that I had on the Kawasaki ZRX, and it's 10 mil, about 10 mil shorter than the new one that I had ordered. So even at that, this one here is, what, about 40 mil, 45 mil. I'll measure it here. Well, it depends where you measure it to, you know. I mean, if I go to there, say, I go to there, and just keep the two of them things sort of in line. Yeah, it's about 45 mil longer, which is, you know, just perfect. And furthermore, I like the bulkier, you know, end piece on it here, and you get a removable baffle for it too, you know. So I like that part of it, and I think just to save any issues, I will, yeah, it's going to sit like that. It's going to sit like that. I like that, and I like that part of it there being shorter than that. That's nicer. And yeah, and furthermore, I think the carbon fiber will suit in well with a black bike. But you know, so if I put them that way, there you go. I mean, overall, it's not very. It's what, 350 mil. That's if I take that to there. Yeah, it's about 350 millimeters or thereabouts. That one there, what, about 305, 300 and, no, it wouldn't even be 310, about 308. That there. Yeah, as I say, it's hard to be accurate because that slopes away. But what I'll do is I'll fit it, and I think I'll just use this here with it, because I think that'll match in well with the bolts and all that I already have to hold it, and it'll pair up nicely with that, like that. Let's see. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'll be nice. And it'll be that wee bit different from the one that's on the Kawasaki. So let's go for it. Right, so there you go. That's the link pipe and all on, with you know, that part of it there all modified as you've seen me do. I'm not going to worry about springs on this here at the minute, because at some stage I might have to get 2 wee hooks welded on there, or I'll maybe just do away with them altogether. But yeah, that'll just go on there like that, and then I'll just put the bracket on and let you see the finished result. Well, there it is, guys, and I was going to use this bracket here, but now that I see it, I'm not overly struck on it. I think I prefer the, you know, the carbon fiber one to pair up with the carbon fiber can, and I think I will swap it out to that. Okay, so there it is. I made this 4 mil thick. Let's get this fitted. Okay, so before I show you this final exhaust on this bike, and I've changed it so many times, there's the original exhaust that is still hanging up in my garage, and it's been hanging up there since 2002. And you know, I've tried many other exhaust cans on, and you know, of Acroprovic ones, and Micron ones, and Art ones, and Yoshimura ones, and everything. And I'll show you these other two. So there's the one there that I just took off, and as you've seen, and there's the one there that I had on when I done my video of the bike back, you know, way about a year or so ago. But again, they're lovely cans, but they're just too short, I think. I'll show you this one now that it's finished, and hopefully that's the last I ever have to do it. All right, so there it is. and I think it was the right call, definitely. The proportions are just, I think they're just perfect for that bike, and going for the option of the carbon fiber exhaust can bracket, and again, the relationship of between there and there is just right, you know. So there it is, the little titanium spacer. I can put a little baffle in it, which I'll probably will have to get it MOT'd, which will only be in a couple of weeks. But look, I'm going to start it up and let you hear it. Alright, so I'll just start this now. It's one of these ones that you've got to pull the clutch in to start the thing, even though it's in neutral. But here we go. Happy with that, you know, the sound of that's just, it's just right, you know. I'll give it a wee second or two just to let it warm, and then I'll just give it a wee rev. And to say I'm in two minds as to whether to get the hooks welded on there and the springs on, because I don't want it to kind of get messy there. I might do it, but then again I might not, you know, because it's fine as it is. Okay. I think I've annoyed the neighbours enough. Alright guys, look, sorry, that was probably a bit of a long video just for an exhaust can swap, but I just wanted to go into, you know, just show you the various aspects of it, you know, and little hurdles and little sort of things that you might encounter along the way while you're doing stuff like that. And, you know, I mean, I could have just sort of done it, edited it, put it together and said there's it, and put the video out in a couple of minutes. But I just kind of wanted to sort of go through it and show you just the practicalities of when you you know, do something, you maybe change your mind and you want to do something else, and then you want to change it, and you know. But no, I think the proportions of that are just right for that bike. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. All the best. See you later. Bye. Oh, and just by way of completion, guys, I think it'd be only fair for me to let you hear the exhaust the sound with the wee dB killer or baffle in it, because some people might not like a particularly loud exhaust, so I'll just let you hear it with that, see what you think. A bit quieter, like, as I say, I'll just let it warm up here for a wee minute or two, and then give it a wee blip and let you hear it and see what you think. You know, it's a nice sound too, like. There you are. As you hear it now. All right, guys, that's it. So now it is time to go. Okay, thanks for tuning in. All the best. Bye.